Good morning, my friends. I want to talk to you about private road maintenance agreements. This is something you probably are never going to think about until you go find your perfect home somewhere in Virginia. And this applies to probably other states, but I'm telling you, in Virginia. You're out there looking for a home. You're looking at everything criteria related, except you forget that you drive down this amazing little road and there's the perfect home sitting and waiting for you to put an offer on it. Except it's on a private road, and somewhere in the process of you doing home inspection and looking at the home and walking the lot, you're going to say, I wonder who snowplows this road. I wonder who fixed these potholes. I wonder who puts gravel on this road. If you are thinking of buying a home, or you already live on a home in this situation, and it is considered a private road. Now, first, I want to tell you, how do you know if a road is private or public? You basically will need to ultimately call the county zoning department and ask them, and they will look it up and they will tell you that is a private road, that is a public road, that is publicly maintained, that is private. They will not be able to tell you much more than that. And any private road, I guess regardless of how many people are on it, requires a private road maintenance agreement prepared by an attorney and filed with the county that road is located in or city in order to allow Fannie Mae to fund a loan for a buyer to purchase that property. So let me just repeat that again. If you are buying a home and your loan that you're getting is from Fannie Mae, they are going to require a road maintenance agreement if you live or are buying a home on a private road. So first you call the county, find out if it's public or private. You do not ask necessarily or take the word of a person, neighbor, realtor, or anyone other than the county. And then once you find out private or public, you will need to pull the deed or have someone pull a deed of someone who lives on that road to see if there's a road maintenance agreement attached to the deed, because the county zoning, planning, road people, whatever, they're not going to be able to tell you for sure, because the county doesn't get involved in private roads and the agreements that are made between homeowners and the filing of that agreement. It's attached to each deed of the property of the people who live on the road. So first you identify public-private, then you pull a deed of someone who lives on the road. Probably the seller who's selling the house will need to look at their deed. And if you identify there's no road agreement, you will need to create one. Now, I'm going to put a link in this podcast of an agreement that is acceptable by Fannie Mae. And what is acceptable by Fannie Mae are three things. One, it ensures the basic road maintenance and access are identified. Two, there is a minimal financial obligation for homeowners, and that is specifically identified in the agreement. And three, it meets lender requirements because it states that there's specifically no HOA in it. So let me just give you an example. Like number 4 of this agreement I'm going to link says, no formal HOA or road association required. This agreement is neighborly understanding to maintain access. No ongoing fees, dues, or financial commitment will be imposed. But on the other hand, it specifically states requirement by Fannie Mae that there is a cost identified. And then the example that I'm going to give you, it actually says, okay, cost sharing and decision making actually lists based on the number of people who live on the road. It will say something like, no homeowner is required to pay more than their fair share of 12.5% of the agreed upon expenses, and any repair over $500 must be approved by a majority vote of 5 out of the 8 owners. So it really is specific to the road. How many people live on the road? List the people out, divide that, create the percentage. No homeowner is to pay more than that percentage. These specific numbers just need to be identified in the agreement. It cannot be super, super vague. And in that, you have met the requirements of Fannie Mae. Then you go get an attorney to file it with the county, which, by the way, only costs $31 to file with the county, probably $500 to $800 for an attorney to stamp their letterhead on it. And boom, you're done. Now, anyone can buy your property. And for all of those buyers out there who are looking to buy, that's what you need to do. Create the agreement, get all the homeowners to sign it, get an attorney to put their letterhead on it, get them to file it with the county, $31, can be walked down there and filed literally same day. Provide that to an attorney, and now you can fund any buyer to purchase in that community. If you cannot get the people to sign the agreement, though, that's going to be a problem. But as long as there's no big financial commitment required by anyone on an ongoing basis, I don't see why anyone would not want to sign, because when they go to sell their property, they're going to run into the exact same thing. So if you're interested, or you are having trouble right now and you live on a private road, or you're thinking, how am I going to sell my property? Not everyone's going to be able to buy it. Not every loan, not every lender, not every type of loan is going to be able to purchase this. And if you want to open your property up to everyone in the world and all types of financing, you really need to think about this if you live on a private road. Anyway, comment any questions. You can reach me at Cheryl Spangler Real Estate on Instagram. Live in Old Town on Facebook business page, or just send me an email, hello@CherylSpanglerTeam.com.